Hello, 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 welcome back to the continuing adventures of Shinegami as he finishes his trek through the dungeon. We have completed almost everything that there is to complete in the post-endgame. We are at... wrong key. We are at 14 out of 15 runes. We are only short one of the hell runes, that is the fire rune. If you'll recall, the concept of this run was that we started standing atop the orb in Zot 5 after having cleared out the slime pits, the abyssal rune, and the 3 lair runes. Or the 2 other lair runes, and the Volt rune. So that's 5 out of 15. And we just did post-endgame content, which included the post-endgame content, which included Pandemonium, which included the Hells, which we're doing currently. And, yeah, the run's gone pretty well. Let's go ahead and disable armor at this point and just put the rest into getting a little bit of bonus HP. Not that it matters. Basically, we've been using the Bloodless Vampire, and spam casting dragons, as our strategy of choice, and obviously we have dragons up to really good, while using, Sifmuna channeling for mana, or dragon channeling, I guess. And yeah, the run's gone well, and now it's time for all of that to change. I hope not, but I predict that's always a very real possibility, because we're about to enter the hardest, in my opinion, part of Hell. Hell itself. The fiery Hell. Why do I say that fiery Hell is the hardest portion of Hell? Well, basically, top tier fire spells are more irresistible than top tier, what's the equivalent of a non-fire spell? Top tier fire spells are more dangerous than top tier cold spells. They're also more damaging. Hellfire is just straight up irresistible, so it doesn't even matter. We're just gonna drop some of this useless stuff that we don't need, and yeah, we can't enchant any of this armor, so we'll drop the armor scroll too. Drop some of this other stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so bottom line, if there's any place in the game where stuff can get real, shit gets real really fast, it's here. And you can easily die in Fiery Hell if you're not playing well, if you don't have a reliable build. If you guys are doing a full game run, I recommend always saving it for last, barring a unique character that for some reason has Hell-related abilities that I don't know about. That's what I've done. We've completed everything. There's just these final Hell with a couple bosses, so let's make sure that we have a magic mapping scroll for the final floor, ideally. That would be J. Pick up a magic mapping scroll, and we'll have to make sure that there are there's no mana or no food capacity left before we actually make the run, because I don't want to get tormented early on and then find myself in pain. But back into Hell we go. I'm thirsty, that's good. We'll keep control teleport on for the duration of the run right up until the bottom, and I'm just gonna channel mana aggressively to get rid of it, reminding myself what my hotkeys are here as I queue up some dragons, turn on swiftness, queue up some more dragons. Near bloodless is close. I want to be a little bit lower. I want to be almost entirely bloodless, or just bloodless straight up. Yeah, just make me bloodless. I don't have to spend as many turns as I'm spending in general during this run, but I kind of want this run to be perfect. I do not want to have to repeat the entire Shinigami run just for the sake of doing the 15th rune on camera, and obviously if I die I'll be forced into that position, so that's part of why I'm making so careful. Good God, how much food did I have? Do I have blood potions on hand by any chance? Let's see if those things have rotted yet. Oh, go kill him. Yeah, go to the potions of blood, baby. I do love that I replaced my magic dart key with my haunt key. Okay, so it appears that the blood that used to be there naturally has rotted away since. back to hell. This is really just an excuse for me to waste some time before, you know, actually getting to go in to hell once my mana, my blood hits 0. Come on, near bloodless. How many times do I have to spam cast this thing that... Oh my god, something actually came. It was nice, devil. And now... What else can I do to increase my expenditure rate? Do I have regeneration as a spell? No. Self-hasting. There we go. I am now bloodless, self-hasted, maxed out mana. What is my recall key? G. Yeah, we're gonna switch that to E. Okay, in we go. Right off the bat, Hellhounds times 3. And that should afford me some... Nope, nothing bottleable. Oh, downstairs. Okay, this run is off to a great start. Channel back some mana, make sure... You notice that many of these dragons around me are ice dragons. Much like with the icy hell, in my opinion, you want to mix. You want some of the dragons that will live because they ignore the damage that's going to be done to them, i.e. dragons of the element, and you want some that oppose the element for rapid kills. You also never want to leave empty spaces adjacent to you because they totally will get filled with other dragons. Do I have the restore abilities potions? I do. Okay, good. Last thing I want to do is have to deal with that later on. Digging my way in. Okay, that right there was totally Hell's effects. Let's do a recall and just let them end it for me. And then once again make sure I'm surrounded by allies before stepping out. I still have near full health. Again, a time for a recall. Please just wander and kill everything. I'm gonna go and hide in a corridor that I just dug up. And then recall into there so that they block the corridor. Perfect. Shape and structure of hells I'm not actually terribly familiar with. I don't know if there's a consistent structure or if there are pre-made vaults. I've only been in the hells a few times total, and so I'm still kind of new at them. That said, the fact that I've only been here a few times and I have such a high win rate in the hells should tell you that if you approach the hells when you're strong enough for them, and you know what that time is, they're not nearly as dangerous as they might otherwise have been. In we go. Adjacent to an enemy, surrounded by 5 dragons, I'm going to walk towards the storm dragon. Good. And then into the hall. Good. And then tell them to wander and kill everything. Even better. Make sure swiftness stays on. Hell, let's also turn on flight. What's flight? M? And deflect missiles. Yeah, I want to go full hog on this one. Recall, attack. My biggest concern, I'll tell you right now, is that while I'm here in hell, if for some reason I should get burned and lose my Scroll of Magic mapping, the final floor could be a much more protracted, difficult fight than it might otherwise be. Okay, there it is, the Hellion. In my opinion, one of the most fearful enemies that you can get in hell, because it has smite targeting hellfire, which means if it can see you, it can hit you for irresistible damage, and shit tons of it. It's like being tormented. I don't know where or how, but I lost 6 health along the way. I'm not overly concerned about the exact number, I just don't like losing health. Naturally. Let's just... Oh god. Flanked on both directions, time to go take the third option. Again, the whole point of keeping dig even when you don't think you specifically need it is to create situations like that where you can get out even when you have no right to. There's a Hellion, so again, just getting away from it. It's most likely dead by now. And that was just being blasted by hell itself, which dealt me a ton of damage. I want the big enemies killed immediately. Swiftness active. I can always recall aggressively as needed. We'll do that now. I'm losing even more health. I'm down to 14 health total. It's not a big deal, but it's worth tracking. And still no exit. That right there, that smoke demon, is another irritating one. Y'all may remember me getting annoyed with them in Pandemonium because of the way they can consistently chip you. There, I just got blasted by Hellfire, and it just dealt me about 20 damage, give or take. Doesn't sound like much, and it's not, but put 5 of them on the screen at once and watch your health plummet. If you're not ready to get away instantly, they can be the end of you. Why all these up staircases and no down staircases? Come on, people, work with me here, work with me. Something just lit me on fire. I need to save my scroll of magic mapping, so I'm gonna drop it. I don't mind the rest of my scrolls burning a little bit, because ultimately I have better means of doing all that stuff. Okay, the fire is gone. Picking up the scroll of magic mapping and continuing on my way. I don't think anything actually hit me to cause that effect. I think that was just a hell effect. There was apparently a down staircase here that physically camouflaged on account of being red, and I just missed it, so shame on me. There's speed, there's deflect missiles. Down we go. Perfect, easy staircase, we'll just take it. Recall, down we go. Build mana, build dragons, open door. Easy staircase, we'll just take it. We're almost to the bottom of Gehenna, or as I prefer to call it in the Arabi, Jahannam. Oh my god, it's a pit fiend. Blinking out of the way, preferably down. That should get me out of smite range. Okay. Okay, we're clear. Anything drainable would be nice. Nope, there's a new fiend that just showed up adjacent to me. I'm gonna get out of the way immediately. Okay, more zombies. These aren't drainable, these aren't drainable, these aren't drainable. Fuck it, just get out of here. Second to last floor before the final one. Things are going very much okay right now. I wouldn't dare say easy because, well, you'll notice that I've taken significant damage, but things are going okay. Let's recall in on this bad boy and regen. Regen, 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 regen. Okay. Kill him. Let's go ahead and speed up. Why am I next to enemies? Think about hell, man. You should never get into a pattern like I do where you just keep moving, because the result is that you don't realize when hell has dropped something lethal next to you. Okay, Hellion's dead. I'm fine. But since I'm about to enter the last floor of hell, it behooves me to make sure I'm better than fine, so what I'm going to do is quaff some healing. I don't have any blood potions, unfortunately, because that would be ideal. Let's bring me up to 80. Do I want to zap? Yeah, I do. I'm going to zap the Wand of Healing on myself to bring myself up high, and then I'm going to burn my last recharge scroll on it before it burns. Okay. Max out my mana. I don't mind the fact that I'm surrounded by 5 fire dragons. I find that very comforting. Speed. Deflect. Flight. Where's flight? M? Yeah. Haste on self. Recoup my mana. Haste on the fellow dragon. Recoup my mana. In we go. Read the scroll of magic mapping immediately. And I completely forgot that I needed to switch out my ring, so I'll do that now. Because there's no point having a controlled teleport in hell, where it's, or in the bottom floor of hell where it's denied anyway. I guess we'll put in... Regen is useless because I don't have blood. So we'll just go... The Ring of Steelus. It makes me hungry, but that doesn't even matter. And it gives me a lot more int, and that's always nice. My dex has taken a huge penalty, so let's just go ahead and restore out of that. Maybe I want to save it. Dex isn't such an important stat. Nope, nope, nope. Do it. I most likely will never have another use for that, and it gives me +5 to evade, and that's always nice. Wander my fellow dragons and kill shit while I regen my mana and breed my armies while hiding in the corner bravely. Kill him. Get him! Kill the fiery statues, the molten gargoyles, kill them all. Of this gigantic messed up chamber, I have to assume that the farthest from where I start will be the end, which means enter through the front doors, fight an army, door, 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 into here, or here. And, oh, another reason why hell is so scary, the final boss of hell, or fiery hell, is, in my opinion, the hardest enemy in the game, with some of the best equipment. Not only does his shit burn you, which does... Actually, I'm going to swap out the resist cold, which I shouldn't need here, for an extra level of resist fire and regen. I don't need the regen because I don't have blood, but if that should change, I'll be happy I have it on. Flying straight over the lava pit. Make sure my dragons are here. Open a door. Send them in. Okay. So far, so good. My dragons are doing what dragons do. Roar. Let's open another door. Warp in the dragons. Okay, so far so good. Warp in the dragons, send them in. I've lost 20 health somehow on this floor over time. That's fine, not a big deal. Being surrounded by enemies is of course always a big deal, so let's back off and let them die. Come on now. I'm getting very close. Recall in. Have them kill shit. Walk over them. Activating some buffs once more because they've expired. Recall in. All those fire dragons will do nicely against all the zombies, so that's helpful. Make sure swiftness stays active. Make sure I'm bloodless. Okay, in we go. Boom. Mummies do not do well versus fire. Okay. Something just covered me in liquid flames. None of these are worth preserving anymore. Though might be... No, I have Wands of Teleport. I'm not even going to try to preserve these scrolls anymore. I have preservation anyway, so whatever degree I would get, I do. Now here's the problem. These are not diggable walls, right? The enemy I'm about to fight would require me to have a nice diggable chamber. So here goes. Okay, I was wrong about the enemy. That was just a Balrog. While I'm here, let's go ahead and haste the Quicksilver Dragon to make him ridiculously powerful. Because at this point, it looks like we're going to be fighting in tight corridors no matter what I do. Looks like I can break out of the corridor a little bit here. That was a summon, so God only knows what's summoning it. Let's make sure that at least one of these dragons is hasted, and okay. There he is, the Lord of Hell himself, Asmodeus. Send all the dragons in to fight him, then back away so you don't get smitten, and be sure to summon more dragons because all of them are going to get abjured any moment now. Or not. I'm going to actually stay here and witness him die. Whew! That was the easiest Asmodeus takedown I've ever had. And that's saying something, because Asmodeus is tough as hell to kill. Let's go ahead and identify these items that we have here, shall we? The Scepter of Asmodeus is an amazing artifact, and I will actually show you it because it's so cool. This weapon falls yada yada yada. Carries some of the powers of the Archfiend Asmodeus. Oh, that's it? They're not going to go into details? Okay. So what it does is it reduces the fire resist of those around you by 1 or 2 levels. I forget which. The result is, even if your enemy has resists versus fire, like maxed out... Wait a minute. Why is Control Tele still... Oh, because I have to find the runes still. Wasn't in there, was it? Yeah, it was. There we go. So, even if you've maxed out your resist, he can still drop it dangerously low considering that he has some of the most devastating fire spells in the game. Of course, he's dead, so... Scroll of Teleport with Control Teleport on. Let's warp back to the same area that I was in originally. Except... There's a portal, probably... did not in fact take me anywhere near where I wanted to be. Make sure my dragons are here while I reroll teleport. Try here. Took me where I wanted to be, except now I don't want to be here. So call the allies and then blink in the direction of not here. Took about 30 damage on my way out. And yeah, there we go. That's it, people. That's 15 out of 15 runes, unless I'm mistaken, and it's worth doing a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 runes of Zot acquired. We are in Zot. Let's just meander our way down to Zot 5. Sure, our dragons are up. You know, because inevitably there's going to be some enemy respawns. And there we go. Orb of Zot, ready to go and beat the game with, though I will in fact save that for a final video later. But that's it. That's the post-endgame, completed almost. And hopefully this doesn't turn into a Zot splat and we beat the game in the next run. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you guys next time.